Among the many things we are going to be learning today, we are going to be learning what to do, how we are expected to behave when we are invited over for a dinner by the rich. Okay, so let's go dig the wisdom that is packed in Proverbs 23, and we're going to be picking from the verses we are going to be discussing on. Okay, so I'm reading with the ERV translation, that's the easy to read version of the Bible, and I'm starting from verse 1. And it says, when you sit and eat with an important person, remember who you are. Never eat too much, even if you are very hungry. Don't eat too much of his fine food. It might be a trick. Okay, so let me give us all a quick story. So, a friend of mine was telling me about how he visited his boss with someone who they had called, like they've given this person a contract to come work for them. And then this guy now went to his, like, now went with my friend to his boss's house. And when they got there, they were served a drink. And the guy wanted to like drink everything, like all the drinks, like they were served drinks, sorry. And he wanted to like have all of them, all the drinks, but then he couldn't take everything at once, so he has to pack the remaining ones, and then went home with them. And that kind of like, I don't know how to put it, but then it made them to like see him as a low budget kind of person, like, this, are you sure we can trust this guy with our money, kind of thing. Do you understand where this whole thing is going? So when someone invites you over, especially the rich, as the Bible has said, don't go there to show them that you've not eaten certain food. Bible made it clear, say, over his fine foods. So what this means is that you're probably going to see foods that you've never eaten before. You might see pineapple rice, all this fancy Chinese food. The kind of food that you've not probably like had well, or you've not eaten them, or maybe you've eaten them, you've had them once or twice in your lifetime. Something fancy, something enticing. The Bible says that you should not get carried away and start trying to eat everything, or start trying to pack as much as you can to go home with. Okay, so because it might be a trick. And just in the case of this story, this guy I told you about, someone that was called to come work, but because they went to like the boss's house, and then he just forgot what he was there to do and started focusing on drinks and packing everything, and that didn't give me a good record, you understand? So let's be careful whenever we are invited to a rich man's banquet or event or party or whatever. Mind how you eat at their table, all right? So let's dig further from verse 4. Now it says, don't ruin your health trying to get rich. If you are smart, you will give it up. In the blink of an eye, money can disappear as if it grew wings and flew away like a bird. I think this says it all. Most times in life, we try to meet up with whoever. I don't even know. We try to meet up with the society standard, peer pressure, so many things can be the reason why we do certain things that we do. But Bible is saying that we should not risk our health. It's so clear, because most people today, they do everything because they can, forgetting that tomorrow is going to tell on their body. And there's no way you can cheat nature. It's going to tell on your body tomorrow. So that's what the Bible is saying, that you should not risk your health. Don't get sick. Don't do things that will harm your health, or that will hurt you later in life, or because you want to get riches, or because you want to be wealthy. Yes, you should not be lazy, but at the same time, know that these riches that you're trying to get, that you're so in a hurry, you're pursuing with everything in you, will one day, like, they can decide to grow wings and fly away like a bird. That's why you see most people today, they are rich tomorrow, they've lost everything, they're back to square one. But don't lose hope though, because if you're there, don't lose hope, because God is able to restore all you've lost. Okay, He's able to restore the years that the locust and cankerworm has eaten, and that's more reason why you should just trust God. Trust Him with your plans. Trust Him to come true for you. Trust Him to take care of you. Trust Him, like, to know how everything is going to work out. You should. That is not worth you risking your health for. All right. So let's read further. And we're reading again from verse 9. Verse 9 says, don't try to teach fools they will make fun of your wise wisdom. Whenever you're trying to convince someone, and then obviously when you see the fools, you know. So there's Bible is saying, don't try teaching them. If not, they will make fun of your wise wisdom. Verse 20 now says, don't make friends with people who drink too much wine and eat too much. Those who eat and drink too much become poor. They sleep too much and end up wearing rags. Oh my God, this Bible is just so complete. And come to think of it, people who drink, who are always drunk, who are always like gluten, man, I mean, check them, look at them. They may not really have much going on in their life. They may not really have, anything substantial to show for the life that they're living here on earth. And Bible warns us against this kind of people. He says we should not be friends with them. Don't be friends with people who eat too much, who drinks too much, and forget their assignment, and forget what they are supposed to do, and forget that they need to work. Like, don't be friends with them, because they will keep sleeping and keep drinking, keep getting. In fact, if you see someone who is always drunk, who is always eating like gluten, they're always tired, they can't, that kind of life, would you want to give them anything to the contrast or whatever? Bible says you should not be friends with them, and you too should not be that kind of person. Okay, so the next one we are digging from verse 22, and it says, listen to your father. Without him you would never have been born. Respect your mother even when she is old. So this is for children, as usual. This Bible, like Bible is just so complete. I will always say that it has hierarchy for how a godly family should be. So if you really want a godly family, please, you should abide by the hierarchy. Father is the head of the family. He should love his wife. The wife is the support, is the helpmeet for the husband. She should submit to her husband, and children are the fruit of the marriage. They should respect their parents. That is simple. Okay, so let's abide by the rule. Children, always respect your parents, always obey your parents, so that your days on earth will be long. That's the first commandment in the Bible with a promise. If not your Bible. Okay, so the next one will be from verse 29 to 30, and it says, when who gets into fights and arguments, who gets hurt for no reason and has red bloodshot eyes, people who stay out too late, drinking drinking wine, staring into strong drinks. Come to think of it, when I was reading this Bible verse, I just thought of these kind of people. Just imagine those people who you know, or just probably those who you've seen in movies. They will always have a glass of cup in their hands, like a glass of cup filled with wine, staring into the strong wine like this, or just on the table, like staring, so like just looking. I understand what this verse of the Bible is saying. Say people who stay out too late drinking wine, they don't go home on time. You see, staring into the strong wine, they're always staring like you will see if you've not seen them, watch movies, videos, whatever of people like of where they drink like a bar. Understand? People who may probably that depressed, or lonely, or they don't even know what's going on around, like in their life, confused kind of thing. They're the ones that the Bible is referring to. And what does the Bible say about them? That they get into fights and arguments, they get hurt for no reason, and have red bloodshot eyes. If always, I mean, if you think of it, those kind of people, this is practically their lifestyle. So verse 31 now says, so be careful with wine. It is pretty and red as it sparkles in the cup, and it goes down so smoothly when you drink it, you see, but in the end it will bite like a snake. So what happens to your kidney? Remember that, right? So whenever you take too much drink or whatever, always put all of these things into consideration. All right, so because it's going to bite like a snake. Verse 33 now, and the last verse, and it says, wine will cause you to see strange things and to say things that make no sense. When you lie down, you will think you are on a rough sea and feel like you are at the top of the mast. You will say, They hit me, but I never felt it. They beat me, but I don't remember it. Now I can't wake up. I need another drink. Come to think of it, people who are drunk, I mean, if you've seen a drunk man before, the way they walk, the way they talk, you know, does that not sound strange to you? Good. That's what the Bible is trying to say. I mean, the Bible is so complete. These kind of people behave this way. They will always want to like they will always miss their step, not like they want to, they will always miss their step. They will make probably the thing that that are going to climb the mountain, or like going to climb one hill, they will sure do one funny thing, and that is how you know that this person is obviously drunk, and that's what the Bible is warning us against. That too much of wine is not good. I won't say the whole wine, because even Jesus himself turned water into wine. So if wine was a bad thing, I'm not sure he would have done that. But taking strong wine, too much of it, in fact, taking strong wine, Bible says it's not good at all. So by all means, avoid it. Okay, avoid strong wine, the ones that will get you intoxicated and make you behave foolishly, make you behave like someone who has gone nuts. Don't put yourself in that kind of situation. All right, and don't be addicted to drinking. That's not good. And if you are there already, probably you find yourself in that kind of situation, you know what to do. Go to God in prayers and ask him to help you overcome that addiction of drinking. Okay, being a drunkard, being an alcoholic is not a good thing. There is nothing good about that kind of lifestyle. All right, so with that being said, that brings us to the end of today's digging of wisdom. And if you are meeting for the first time, please consider subscribing, like, and share with your friends. And I will see you all in our next ones. Yeah, bye.